Retreat Series, Dhamma Talk number 50. Okay. All our Dhamma talks are related to mindfulness, insight, meditation. Lately we had discussed how to have full accomplishments in our lives so that we can keep on uplifting ourselves from time to time, life to life, to be in a better existence related to Dhamma. So in here, when we are practicing, putting our mind, setting our mind towards path, fruition and Nibbana, path, fruition and liberation. In that process, we really need to practice diligently and put great effort. Only then we will be able to achieve the refined appamada, refined heedfulness, or refined kusala, refined wholesomeness. We'll reach it. But if we don't produce, or if we don't exert enough energy and effort, we won't be able to produce this refined heedfulness or refined wholesomeness. It's directly related to your effort. So if you exert sufficient effort, you will reach that refined kusala, which will take eventually to liberation. And in here, while we are practicing, we may quite often have lacks of energy or lacks of exertion. When we have that, there are some negative dharma arise in us. And these negative dharmas, we need to know exactly what they are and how they present and what it would produce, so that we can navigate our way towards the proper path with proper understanding, so that the proper exertion will arise. And these negative dharma, as we say, are called pincha, citta, vibhanta, Dhamma. In English, let's put it, it's the mental imprisonment or mental bondage towards samsara, of the circle of life and death. The 5 dharma that will bind you to the cycle of birth and death. Let's call it mental imprisonment or mental bondage. There are altogether 5 of them. And also another set of dharma, they call it Pincha Cetu Khila Dhamma. Pincha is 5. Cetu is the consciousness of mind. Khila, obstruction. So 5 mental obstruction, which will arise. So there are about 10 dharmas. The first set, if they are arising and producing, what it will do is it will bind you to samsara. It will imprison you to samsara. Preserving you mean the mind, the consciousness. And the other one was it will obstruct your mind so that you won't progress. You won't be on the right path. So these 10 dhammas we need to know. Once we have a better understanding, We know what they are and we can take care of them, and also it will encourage you to work harder to escape from these things. So in here, let's see, what are these 5 mental imprisonment Dhamma? Let's simply call it 5 mental imprisonment. The first one is called Kama Guna. What is Kama? Kama is the 5 senses, the senses. Okay. Kama Guna or Kamatana. That's what Kamatana. It's a craving for these 5 senses, okay, to put it in the simplicity. So whenever we say Kama Guna or Kamatana, there are 10 things that you need to understand. One thing is Kilesa Kama. Kilesa Kama, which is attachment to these mental defilements. Lobha, dosa, moha, related with those things. But they can only arise only if you have the proper objects that can produce it, which means kama vitu. So objects that can produce these kind of sense pleasure, and also mental state that become attached to, that likes it, that wants these kind of pleasantness and pleasure, a set of them. So let's see, what are they? Okay. And basically simple senses. As soon as you say there are senses, there are 5 senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body. These 5 senses, so they have the corresponding objects too. The corresponding objects. These 5 corresponding objects, the form, the sound, the smell, the taste, the touch, they are always arising and producing because you are always in touch with them. And then suddenly another set is a set of mind that loves it, that likes it, that desires it. So once you have these kind of very strong desire towards the sense pleasure in general, then what happens is you just live with them, you stay with them, you even try to look for them, search for them. If you do that, what happens? Simply, it binds you to samsara. You will have an infinite number of endless, okay, life and death and life and death. That's called binding to samsara. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2 is very specific. The first one is just simply a general. Number 2 is specific. The reason it is specific is its effective power is very strong to us. In general, you can call it a self-desire. Self-desire in here is specifically referred to the body, this physical body itself. Or self-desire or desire for the body, or you can call it simply desire for the form that you have. It's more like when you have desire for the body, it's the desire or attachment or strong liking towards a certain parts of your body. Oh, my face is very pretty. My hands are very beautiful. Oh, my lips are really nice and pouty. My eyes are blue, green, brown, and they are very attractive. Such like that. There are only specific parts you go into it, and then you become attached to it. When you become attached to it, you are attached to the whole body, but a certain specific part or specific parts of the body you become quite strongly attached or attractive to it. If that's the case, what would we do? Or what would you be doing? You will really highlight, take care around your eyes, if it is eyeshadows, or how to make your eyes more prominent. Or if it is lips, you will make your lips become more attractive, even more attractive, because you have the attachment to it. So you have the idea, you got the idea. And those kind of people will spend a lot of time to make those parts of the bodies to be even more beautiful, and there'll be a lot of time spent. Okay, hours and hours picking up eyebrows, shaving eyebrows, mustache, beards, lipsticks, makeup, eyeshadows, and so on and so on and so on. Haircuts, how to get your hair cut, ball cut, side cut, whatever the trendy thing is. These are the ones you'll be spending a lot of effort, okay, which means a lot of time. You'll be spending it. All those times are simply a waste of time. And also certain parts of the body. Certain part of the body is, oh, my legs very gone, my knees painful, my back, and so on. If that's the case, in a case of meditation, you'll be using a lot of cushions and pushing it up, propping it up, so that it won't have pain, or so that it won't get worse. And all the time in your meditation, you'll be thinking more about that, my knees, my backs, and then you'll be taking care of that part to be comfortable. By doing so, a lot of your precious time that you are in a meditation is very precious. They are all wasted and gone. That is called self-desire, body desire. And if you have that, what happens? Automatically you are not going all out. We all have heard the word. Practice with no regard to life or limb. But you have so much regards or concern to your parts of your body, limbs of your bodies, you are always taking care of it so that it wouldn't get worse. That means your precious meditation has been robbed by that concern. Those are the ones that falls under the body desire or self-desire. That's number 2. Of course, it is similar to number 1, but this is very specific because it has the strongest effect on you. And the third one, it is the desire for external form. The second one is desire in your own body, so we can call it internal, yourself. This one is external form. What does it mean by external form? It's simply the most common thing is for people, okay? In general, males like the female's form, female likes the male form. Nowadays, there's so many combinations and permutation. But regardless, this is the form of someone, somebody, external, size, shape, color, height, long, short, and so on and so forth. Yeah? We say, oh, I like this person, I like that person in general. But in here it's very simple. It is the form that you like. How that form responds, how that height, how that complexion presented, pleasing to your eyes. And once you got attached to that form of the opposite sex, you'll be spending a lot of your time for that, to have that, to acquire that, to maintain that. That is one. So opposite sex, not only opposite sex, they are immaterial, okay? Not a person, many shapes. I like this color, I like that color, I like that shape of the car. this shape of the car, or this cycle, or this clothing. So many things, these kind of external form, material objects. When you are attached, when you have strong craving for that, that's cool. Some people will spend hours and hours, days on end, every week or a few days a week, go shopping, go window browsing, this designer, that designer, catalog. Now online, so many things. Why? Because simply just your strong desire or attachment to that material form, shape, size, color, and form. And you spend a lot of time, hours and hours, a lot more, a lot longer than the hours that you might be practicing. That's another one, is desire for external form. Because these chasing for this external form, material or immaterial, okay, or a person. Why do you chase? Because you really believe these are happiness. Whenever you have that material, that object, whenever you are with this person, that person, there's a pleasantness, there's a happiness, and you believe that's a true happiness, and you are chasing after that happiness and pleasantness. Things that you do, things that you see, things that you love. And what is the final result? Simply by chasing and by doing with them, strong desire, what is that? Lobha. It binds you to the samsara. It keeps you in the cycle of endless life and death, and life and death, and life and death, birth and death, and birth and death. That's number 3. And number 4. Number 4 is a desire for comfort. Okay? Desire for comfort. Desire for ease, desire for comfort, or even interwoven with laziness. Lazily enjoying life. Let's call it that way. You have a strong desire, strong craving, attachment for that very easy, lazy life. Okay? If you want to itemize a few things just to talk about it. Desire for food. Okay? When you have a desire for food, I like this food, that food. Italian food, Indian food, Burmese food, and even there's very specific this, that sauce, this sauce. What are you doing? Because of the desire, you are spending a lot of time to go to specific restaurants, a lot of time to talk about it, a lot of time even to take how to cook, and you'll be cooking up a storm. And what are you really doing? You are taking lots and lots of the precious time of your life in that doing so because of the food greed. Food greed. And all that it produces, a certain kind of food you eat for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes and then gone. Just for that little pleasure, thinking that it's a true happiness and you are chasing after it. That's a food. Not only that, the food doesn't end. Sometimes you like it and you eat a lot. Your stomach becomes quite full. Okay, quite full. When you got quite full, you even feel uncomfortable. And also probably you want to rest. You want to take a siesta, a nap. See, just from the food it flows in. Siesta, a nap because of the bloated stomach. And then what happened? There goes another few hours gone, totally wasted. Yeah? Or maybe no, I'll just sit in this armchair, this lazy chair, relax, and make my stomach comfortable. Okay, in a lazy chair, armchair. Or maybe I'll just lie down. and finally I will sleep. That kind of thing all comes from the greed for the comfort in terms of pleasure, in terms of taste, pleasure in terms of the feeling, the comfort for the feeling, just a little easy life. Oh, the weather is too cold today, and I have to heat it up and make a fire and so on and so on. Oh no, it's a very hot day, I have to have an air conditioner. No, I'll go get out and stay in that by the sea with a little cool breeze. See, it's just desire for the comfort of your body, the easy life, the lazy life. And when you are attached to it, what happens? You spend hours on ends. And the final result is these chasing for momentary pleasure, momentary pleasantness. The result is these binds you to the endless rounds of birth and death. So there are 4 points now. First of all is sense pleasure, attachment to sense. Second is specific, attachment to the body. The third is attachment to the external form. The fourth is attachment to easy and comfortable lazy life. Just a comfort. And the fourth one in the scripture is very specific, like attachment to Deva Ram. I want to be reborn as a Deva in this Ram, in that Ram. In other words, attachment to the specific, very specific, a better existence. You have that, your existence now, but you want your existence to be better. Next life, I want to be richer. Next life, I want to be more famous. Next life, I want to be a Deva. Because in a Deva Ram, it is always constant comfort, constant pleasantness that you are thing. That constant pleasantness is so strong, attachment is so strong, you convert it into a concept, want to be reborn in a Deva Ram. By doing so, you will be following and chasing whatever it said that one could be reborn in a Deva Ram. Okay, mostly Dana and Sila. When you have Dana and Sila, then that's a strong support to be reborn in a Deva Ram. So those are the 5 Dhammas. What are they called? They are called mental imprisonment. Mental imprisonment or mental bondage to what? To samsara, to the cycle of birth and death. In Pali it called Chetu Vinibanda Dhamma. Chetu Vinibanda Dhamma. So when you have like that, these 5 Dhamma, all of us have it. Just think about our life. Okay, it is in here is very specific. Put it down so that we can see under our nose, under our eyes. But if you reflect on your life, every day what are we doing? We are engaging with these 5 Dhammas all the time. That's a fact. Now reflect it. Everybody wants, okay, a good life, a comfortable life, things that you like, things that you love, people that you like, people that you love. It is not that we don't have to. Yeah, we have it. But make sure first step is so that any one of these 5 doesn't become excessive. When you become excessive craving, when you become very strong, you really invest a lot of time for that. Okay? First step, don't let it become very strong. Every day we all love it. You have a little nice food that you like. Okay. Rice and chili. But don't make it's a big item, a big deal, so that you spend all out hours on it. Okay, you have a little rice, little chili, that's fine. Or a little bread, and a mayonnaise and a sandwich. Simple. You can finish in 5 minutes. But if you are going to create one of the chef's greatest sandwich, then you will spend hours. First of all, to get all the materials, go shop, come back, talk about, and so on and so on. You can see the picture. That is what I'm saying. That is what the Buddhists meant. So that these 5 Dhammas, which are always with us at all time, every day, don't let any one of these become excessive into your excessive craving mode, excessive attachment mode. Simply, that's what is in front of you. You take it, you use it, and you move on. Take it, use it, move on. Face it, operate it, use it, and move on. That's the way to live. Because we can't avoid these 5. It is just a matter of how attached you become. That is the key point. So, when we become very attached, one of the reason is, or the main reason is, we really think this is the true happiness of life we have to chase after. Okay? When we believe that this will give us the true happiness to chase after in our life, then that strong craving come in. That's a key point to understand. And if you are strongly attached to these things, if you have an excessive craving to these things, what happens is you don't put much effort and diligence on the path to liberation so that you can have a refined appamada, heedfulness, or refined kusala, wholesomeness. Automatically, there's no more exertion in the practice of the Dhamma, and all your energies go to the other side, and that keeps you round and round in samsara. So these 5 Dhammas are things happening every day in our life. We need to be very specifically aware of these things. When we specifically aware of these things, we can always be mindful and keep it in a, so to speak, normal mode, average mode, not in an excessive mode. By doing so, you can start chopping off the thread or the circle, the cycle of samsara. You reflect your strength, your weakness, okay, and then eliminate what is not necessary. Especially, we all have a soft button. Know what your soft buttons are and try to eliminate it, erase it. That is our job. So this is the 5 Dhamma, or mental imprisonment, 5 mental imprisonment, or 5 mental bondage. The next one is called Pincha Chetu Kila Dhamma. Pincha is 5. Okay. Chetu Kila, mental obstruction. Dhamma, phenomenon. So these are 5 mental obstruction. These 5 mental obstructions are especially more important people who are on the path to liberation. In other words, who are practicing mental training. Or for us, we are practicing Satipatthana Vipassana. Become more important for us. And what are these things? Especially this one is related with doubt and anger. Mostly with doubt and certain things with anger. Okay? The first one, the things that bind. What is it mainly dealt with? Lobha, greed, craving, attachment. This set Mental obstruction is more related to doubt and anger. So doubt, what are doubts about? The people who are especially practicing. Doubt in the Buddha, we all know about it. Doubt in the Buddha in general. No, I don't know whether the Buddha 2,500 years ago really exists, or it's a legend or a fairy tale. The first is the historical existence. You have doubt. Then automatically this whole thing that we are practicing is out of the window, because Buddha is the one who has started it. So automatically we put doubt in front of what we are doing. Historical facts and all the qualities of the Buddha. Is it really true that Buddha has eliminated every traces of lobha, dosa and moha? No more greed, no traces of greed, no traces of anger, and then no delusion, that kind of thing. That's the qualities of Buddha. And in here, that is the quality called Arahant, eliminate all. Is it true, really true, that the Buddha has deserved respect of all living beings? Maybe that's too much. That's a doubt. And also, here it is. Another one is he a really compassionate being? Does he really knows all these Dhamma by himself without a teacher? And so on and so on and so on. These are the Buddhist qualities. If you have doubt in these things, then there's a mental obstruction towards what you are doing. Your mind is obstructed. Whatever path you are going to follow will not be as smooth anymore. Mental obstruction. Second one is Dhamma. Dhamma is, first and foremost, is doubt in the technique, method. Is it really a correct method, a right method? Who knows? There are so many methods. Such thoughts arises. Or does the Buddha Dhamma, can it really uplift a person? That's another one. Can really Dhamma can guard you and protect you from kilesa? There you go. Is there such thing as sukha? Okay. Sukha related to samatha. Samatha sukha. Does it truly exist, or it's just a fairy tale? Does the vipassana sukha, does it really exist? The 7 benefits the Buddha said in the Satipatthana Sutra. Can one really achieve it? And so on and so on and so on. That is the doubt in Dhamma. And once you have that, it's called mental obstruction. Come in, mental obstruction. The third one is Sangha. Sangha is, what is Sangha? Sanghas are the people who practice, okay, sati, samadhi, panya, okay, which means mental concentration, sila, samadhi, panya, morality, concentration, and wisdom. They are training for that, to achieve that. Why? To eliminate lobha, dosa, and moha, the 3 mental defilements. Those are the ones who are training. And then, once they train, they have along the way, they have stages of abandonment. They have abandoned a certain stage of kilesa, stage by stage by stage. Okay? Certain stages of man. And eventually they become noble person. Is it really true? Does such person exist? Okay? You can't decide whether it is true or not, maybe, or you don't believe at all. or you don't respect such kind of people exist and you have any respect for them. That kind of thoughts come and mental obstructions arises. Okay, for a Buddhist, especially born in Buddhist country, Buddhist for is Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, all three necessary. But there are people around the world nowadays who are practicing Buddha Dhamma. And for those people, the suggestion or advice is focus on the Dhamma, because Buddha is more on a personal level, a person. Sangha is more on a personal level, a person. So leave them out. Focus on the Dhamma, because if you focus on the Dhamma, if you believe in the Dhamma, automatically the one who has delivered the Dhamma is right there, and all the people who are practicing for that is right there. It included. Focus on the Dhamma. People who are not Buddhist, non-Buddhist, especially Westerner. And if you focus on the Dhamma, and if you practice it, practice with respect. Don't casually do it. Practice with respect. Go step by step, one step at a time, as much as you understand and absorb and accept it. Don't have to jump all the way. One step at a time. Verify each step, each stages of the way, but do with respect. That will be the advice or suggestion for the Westerner. Another one, another concept one need to understand or follow for the Western is the law of cause and effect, causal relationship. Everything is connected and worked through cause and effect, cause and effect. With those things, you can eliminate it. Otherwise, if you have doubt in Dhamma and if you are practicing Dhamma, you are self-defeating it. Okay? So even at the time of Buddha, there was once, in the scripture state, there's a one Brahmin. Brahmins are the very intelligent, wise person in India who follow the Brahmanism or Hinduism. They are very intelligent and bright. And one Brahmin one day come and talk to the Buddha. Okay, there are so many philosophy going on, so many theories on, so many methods on, so many paths going on. Which one do I have to believe? I can't believe. You study this, it seems like okay. You study that, it seems like okay. So many things, and at the same time, there's everything can be pointed out. What cannot be? Okay, I don't know what to do. So let's do it in a modern way so that we can understand what this Brahman is, instead of stating anything. In the modern day, we have people, you can call it a conspiracy theorist. Whatever comes, they will spin and turn around and make it into conspiracy. Whether it's a truth, they will make it a false. Whether it's a false, they will make it into another false. Conspiracy theorists, such thing, such kind of person, whatever it throws at them, they will just spin it around. I don't believe. Just for the sake of feeding ego that I can debate with you, I can ask with you, I can argue with you on a debate level. So that Brahmin asked Buddha, he's a conspiracy theorist for the modern day title. And the Buddha said, the answer is, if one is doubtful of everything, okay, if one is doubtful of everything, if one has such attitude towards life, and the Buddha said, there is nothing I can do for that person. Even the Buddha, he said, I can't help you. I can't do anything because your mind is set in the doubt mode. So that one we should bear in mind. Are we trying to investigate things or debate things or winning things? I'm sharper, I'm greater, I'm stronger. Keep that in mind. That is the mental obstruction. That kind of stage will be a mental obstruction. And number four is in Pali, is called Sakaya Kinkati. So simply put, these are Pali words common. They call it Sikkaya. So Sikha is the training. Okay? Pati Sila Sikha. Okay? Pati Cheta Sikha. Adipinya Sikha. Three kind of trainings. Training for the Sila morality, training for concentration, mental concentration, and training for wisdom. Three training. To put in a simplistic way, when you go to details a lot deeper than that. You're training those things and you have a certain state of mind. Okay, Sila, oh, I have this Sila. I am top, Banan. There's nothing better than this anymore. There's nothing I can go. The same thing. In Samadhi, my concentration is very strong. I have jhana. There's nothing better or higher than this. And also wisdom. Oh, I have achieved a lot of insight. And especially, I'm very smart. I'm very sharp, clever. My analytical power is Banan. My logic is impeccable. My reason and rationals are right on the dot. Basically, big ego, basically. That's what it is. There's no Sila better than this. No Samadhi, mental concentration, better than this. No insight better than this. No wisdom better than this. This kind of attitude comes in. Okay? Or could it be, it's a doubt, confused. Is there a better Sila than this? A better Samadhi than this? A better wisdom than this? A state of confusion it comes in. Or you don't believe that even it exists. Or you can't make any decision when it comes to this or that. That kind of not believing, can't make decision, more in a state of confusion. Okay? What is it? That's a doubt. You have a doubt in it. Doubt in terms of these kind of three trainings. Do they really exist, or can it be better than this? Is better one exist than this? Can't decide, can't believe, confused. If you have that, automatically doubts come in. And when that doubt come in, even though you are practicing, certainly we just simply say the word doubt. What it is basically at that moment, under that condition, your mind becomes stiff. Your mind becomes stiff. In other words, your mind is not malleable to whatever you are facing, pliable to whatever you are facing. You have the resistance. That's what it created, resistance, stiffness towards anything that you are facing or encountering. Why? Because of the doubt in the three trainings. Are they really good? Are there anything better? Can't decide, don't believe, confused. That is another mental obstruction. And the last one, number 5. Okay. Sattama Saritu. That's another word for basically Kalyana Metta. We all know what Kalyana Metta is. People who you are practicing together with. Or people who you are practicing with, some are of your same level, some are lower than that, some are higher than that, some are a lot higher than you. They are all In English, we call it good friends. Good friends. So along with it, what happened was, you can have people who are together. It's a co-worker. Your boss, your CEO, is a lot higher. That's another level. Those are the people that you engage all the time in your work every day. And in here too, in your practice, especially if you're going for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year practice, there's a group of people together. All of you eat together, sleep together, practice together, move around together. 24/7, you are engaging with these people. People who are higher than you, some might be your immediate, some are your teachers. You are interfacing with them all the time. So what happened was, as you are engaging with them all the time, 24/7, day after day, months after months, there's a lot of interaction happen, frictions happen, even though you are not looking at them, or supposed to be not looking at them, but you see them. You don't look at them, but you see them at a certain point. Even though you are not talking with them, even though you are not solving a problem back and forth with them, still you are interfacing with them. When you are interfacing with them, you'll be surprised how much dissatisfaction arises from that, what you think is very little interaction. How much anger arises through those interfaces. Okay, the way a person walks, even though you are not staring and look at them, you don't like it. The way the person, okay, sneeze, the way the person make a noise, very rough, stepping, slamming the door. Okay, in your mind, everything, the way it eats, the way it chews, the way it makes noises, opening this window, too much wind, too much cold, too much hot. Every little thing. You are not talking to them, you are not looking at them, but every little thing, day after day, hours after hours, months after months, it really bugs you, and you have great dissatisfaction, even anger. Those are arises. Okay? Who are they? They are your fellow meditators. They'll be surprised. You will hear quite often in this great meditation center, 2 yogis or 3 yogis sitting, sharing a room, a kuti to sleep. No, I can't sleep. I can't stay with this person. Move me to another place. I can't. Oh, they are hogging the washroom, hogging this, hogging that, and so on and so on and so on. If you don't move, I don't think I can meditate. It'd be a waste. I must move. They go and talk to whoever is in charge. Where does it come from? That comes from that dissatisfaction and anger. But it is you. It is in your mind. These are the things that's arising. Other people, another person may know or may not even know what they are doing, or how they are behaving, their behavior, manners. But every little thing you just pick on them. Especially for people who are very sensitive. Okay? They are very sensitive people. It comes even out more. And in here, what it is, especially people who are just starting in a tender stage of meditation, not the experience, who has been practicing for 5-10 years continuously all the time. Tender state, because From the West, we go there. We have never, or might have meditated 3 days or 4 days here and there, or 10 days here and there, and suddenly you just jump in, go there for 3 months. Those are, we call it, meditators in a tender stage. The mind is not, still tender, not mature yet. And these kind of people have so much of these kind of dissatisfaction and anger. Oh, inconsiderate. Don't they know this is a meditation center? Don't they know they have to be polite? Don't they know they have to be quiet? Everything, every little thing you see fault in it. Why does one see fault in it? Because there's an anger in you, caught up, or anger. That anger is the one that is making. So those people become short-tempered, sensitive. Those are the kind of people. Those are the people, in general, they make a mountain out of a mole. These kind of people. And all that you can do is, how can you overcome? Okay. Regardless, you even go and confront. Okay. Physically, verbally go and confront. Don't do this way, don't do that way. The other person might give an answer back. Okay. We say don't talk, but still they engage in confrontation, they talk. Not yelling out, but still very stern voiced. Give back an answer, but that answer, you just can't be satisfied with that answer. It's not resolved. You ask to change your kuti, you have changed the kuti, but still you see that person in the meditation hall. Whenever you see that meditation hall, that person, your anger arises, dissatisfaction arises. What is really happening? It's you lost your meditation. That's all. That's mental obstruction. You lost your meditation. The only way it can be done is one must forgive. One must forgive. Okay? And to forgive, you need to understand you have to change your attitude. You must forgive and you must let go of that behavior, let go of the incident, let go of the person. Only forgiveness and letting go, it can dissolve your anger, you can escape or you can overcome that mental obstruction. So that is only with the Kalyanamitta people who you are practicing with. There are also time teachers. Teachers give Dhamma talk. In the Dhamma talk, it is you who is sensitive in your mind. Dhamma talk is the teachers just always talk because that is what the Buddha has taught us and one understood. And in here, what it is, no, the teacher is talking about me. He's picking on me. When I ask question, he shut me off, doesn't answer straight, and so on and so on and so on. Basically, just dissatisfied with the teacher, angry with the teacher, out of your own sensitivity. And also Dhamma is true to everything, everybody. So it seems like there's an arrow right into your heart, into your body, sink into it. It hurts because it is the truth. And suddenly you convert it on a personal level. Suddenly the anger arises. So these kind of anger, okay, towards the Kalyanamitta, good friends, co-practitioner, teachers, and volunteers, and so on, who are a part of that retreat, will stop you from your growth and progress. And as soon as you have this kind of anger or dissatisfaction arises, your mind suddenly becomes very stiff, very rough, and very tough. It's a change of mind. You take these things personal, the mind becomes tough, rough, and stiff. The only way is let go and forgive. Let go and forgive. And if you can let go and forget as soon as possible, then you will be going really free sailing on your highway of meditation. Those are the 5 one need to know. Doubt in Buddha, doubt in Dhamma, doubt in Sangha, doubt in the 3 trainings, and angry with the co-practitioners and the guides and teachers. These are mental obstruction. So there are 5 Dhamma that binds you to samsara, called mental imprisonment or mental bondage to samsara. And there are 5 which are doubts. So basically doubts, vicikiccha, and anger or krodha, ill will. So if you look at it, what are the sense pleasure? Lobha. What is anger? Dosa. What is doubt? Moha. Lobha, dosa, moha. 3 mental defilements, but in here is Buddha has taught us in a very specific nature how to handle it in our meditation and in our daily life, so that we can zoom in to our daily life, taking care of it even though you are not in a meditation, taking care of it while you are in the meditation. But if you have these 10 Dhamma that binds the samsara and Dhamma that obstruct your mind, for that person there is no room to grow in the sasana, in the Buddha's teaching, in the Buddha's Dhamma world. There's no room to grow. Okay? And even if one is practicing, they have these 10 Dhamma, and one is practicing, okay, that one cannot really develop into the Dhamma or the practice. And that one is, you're practicing, but you're practicing only on a superficial level. There are yogis who have been practicing 5, 10, 20 years, going every retreat, but they seem to grow nowhere because they are practicing superficially without in-depth, deep, penetrative way. They are practicing but superficially, so there's no development in Dhamma. And some people even use it. Oh, okay, I don't have any parami, that's why I'm not going. Excuse. Give yourself an excuse. I'm practicing 20 years, 30 years. I don't grow that much because I don't have parami. The Buddha said, if you have the Dhamma in you correctly and precisely, if you diligently put it, you can even become an Arya in this very life. That's a Buddha who told us, if you truly put effort, you can become noble person, Arya, in this very life. So those kind of people are people with weak mind. And when you have a weak mind, I don't have paramis, so I will do the best that I can. I will do this dana, charity, generosity, help people, all great. And I will do sila, I don't hurt anybody, I won't harm anybody. I will observe the precepts. Man, that's good enough. I don't have parami, you just stay there. But what it is that bhavana, the mental training, mental practice is right in front of you. You have the opportunity, but you don't grab hold of it. And you miss the great opportunity of bhavana. You are content staying in dana and sila. So, to be able to eliminate these 10 negative dhamma, unwholesome dhamma, okay, you must first of all eliminate lobha, dosa and moha in you. When you can eliminate lobha, dosa and moha, you will find the truth. And when you found the truth, there will be no doubt anymore. Doubt is just simply erased. Darkness disappears when the light switch on, just like that. And in here, practicing Satipatthana Vipassana, mindfulness insight meditation, is the best method. The Buddha said that's the best method to eliminate kilesa, to find the truth and become liberated. That's the best method to kill kilesa. When you practice that, you will know what nama and rupa, mind and matter means. You know their interrelationship. You know their characteristic. Nothing is permanent. Everything is oppression. And everything is in a state of nama and rupa, where is a state of illusion that one will understand. So when we understand these, what happens is automatically we will believe in this practice. We will believe in this Dhamma. And at that moment, there will be no more doubt. What is belief? Saddha. Saddha become full. When the saddha become full, there is no doubt no more. There is no doubt in what? To repeat, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. No doubt in karma vipaka, cause and effect, causal relationship. And one will become very patient and then forgiving to all things. That is the thing that arises. And most of the time, what is arising? Consciousness, they call it alobha, adosa, amoha, non-greed, non-anger, non-delusional types of consciousness will be constantly arising. And when such consciousness arises constantly, your life becomes straight, beautiful, and peaceful. So may all of you be able to understand this 5 Dhamma that imprisoned the mind with in samsara, and the 5 Dhamma that obstruct the mind from finding the truth, and practice successfully to eliminate them and find peace and liberation as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much.